What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are just hours away from the return of the Solius legendary event, the first legendary event to return within Dragon Champions. And to celebrate the occasion, I put together a guide for everyone who is going to be unlocking Solius, talking about what you can expect with him, who to pair him up with, what to use him for in different game modes, and how well he performs in there. But first, I want to start off with Orcs, because Orcs are the characters that you use to unlock Solius, and of course there's a big question of what do you use your Orcs for after you've unlocked Solius. One of the first videos I did in Dragon Champions was talking about how Orcs are a good starting faction for players because you can easily farm all of them. They actually perform very well, they're very synergistic with each other, and they're great for that. And honestly, you still get some really good returns out of them. Now, my Orcs are Gear 10, Gear 11 characters here, but if you are looking to unlock Solius and get him at 7 stars, we've actually seen people as low as level 65, which I wish we had those screenshots still. Unfortunately, the guild member who did that lost those screenshots. We don't have them anymore, but 65 to 70 is about the minimum requirement of what you're going to get with 7-star Orcs to get that 7-star Solius. So once you have them there, you have these 7-star Orcs, and now what do you do with them? Well, you're still going to be able to use them within the tower. You do have those faction-specific rooms within the tower that require specific factions or races, and of course Orcs are going to pop up there, so you do get some return with them in tower, which is expected, but you can also throw them into the Dragon Raid. We've actually been using full Orc teams within a few different phases for the Dragon Raid, most notably Phase 1, because Phase 1, it has a heavy damage reduction on magic, but most of your Orcs deal out physical damage, so an Orc heavy team there can throw out a lot of damage. We've seen a good 10 to 14% in Tier 6, and even someone in Tier 7, shout out to Danny Mendoza, did 1 million damage with the Orcs when he threw in Master Duo as well. So you are going to get some pretty solid returns with them. You're going to have to gear them up a little bit probably past what you have them at, but then you can get some solid returns for them in the raid. So Orcs are not going to suddenly go on the shelf once you unlock Solius. You still have plenty of places you guys can use them. So once you do use your Orcs to unlock Solius, it's not the end of the road for them. They don't have to go up on the shelf. You still have uses for them. So you finally unlocked Solius. Praise the sun. What do you do with him? Well, congratulations, you have just obtained the best character within the game right now. He is my #1 character in the game. I have a feeling a lot of people put him as his #1 because he is just that good. His popularity is only sitting at 83%, but honestly, if you go look anywhere in the game, you will undoubtedly run into this guy. He's just the best character in the game, and it all starts with his leadership ability. All allied members of the Order gain 25% bonus damage, and then based on their race, they gain certain bonuses. Humans receive bonus counterattack chance, elves receive bonus crit chance, and pandas receive bonus potency. So all Order members under a Solius lead are going to get certain bonuses based on their race, excluding demons. There's a couple of Order demons, but they don't get those secondary bonuses. They just get the bonus damage increase. So Solius is a go-to lead for the Order, and he has really thrown them into the meta. And if you are going to have Solius, the one character that you absolutely have to have paired with Solius is going to be none other than Nightiel. You have to have them together. They are the best duo in the game right now. There's a lot of power between the two of them. You have the bonus abilities, the bonus buffs with Solius, where he gives buffs to human allies, and then Nightiel also gains those same buffs at the start of the match, and then also she can assist on his basic attack. Now, her basic attack has the ability to puncture shields and do direct damage to the health. That's very helpful, but then you get to her passive ability, Night Priestess, where if she is paired with Solius at the start of each of her turns, she removes 2 buffs from a random enemy. This buff, or this ability, was initially bugged when Solius first came out back in the day, and at the time I said Solius was going to be meta because on paper he looked that good, everything was looking good, but they were lacking something, and it turns out the Night Priestess ability was bugged so that instead of removing enemy buffs, Nightiel was removing her own buffs, and it was this huge bug. It really kind of ruined them because it really hampered your team in the process. But once they fixed this bug, oh my goodness, did Solius and Knight suddenly become this dynamic duo that could just tear through anything. And that Dispel, it really hurts enemy teams if they don't have a lot of team-wide buffs. They have only 1 or 2 tanks. Nighteel is quickly dispelling those taunts from the enemy defenders, and then your team is just going ham on the weaker enemies. This Night Priestess ability is what really helps boost this team up and has really made Solius and Nighteel a game-changer duo. So, congratulations, Solius and Nighteel, best duo in the game, but what can you expect with them in Arena? Well, let's just go over to my Arena, and to get an idea, this is pretty much everywhere in my Arena. Solius lead with Nighteel, and then a variation of other characters. We've seen Little Baddie, Freezard, we've seen Snorri, there's some Embers, there's even Tromgar. In my initial announcement for Solius, I had a graphic showing Solius with some information and suggested allies, and for the most part, that was pretty close. The only one that's not really, that doesn't really work here is Snorri. You can replace him with Cruel Savitar. Cruel hadn't been announced at the time, but with Solius and Cruel, that is a fantastic team. And honestly, the toughest team that I've seen people use is a Solius lead with Nighteel, Freezard, Cruel, and Little Baddie. That team has a little bit of everything. A lot of dispels, a lot of debuffs. There's a negation of taunts between Dispels and Cruel. She can copy characters. Solius provides a lot of healing. There's a lot of counterattack chance with that since it's almost a full human team. It is a pretty nasty team and one I really enjoy running. Highly recommend you guys try out that team once you get up and running. Solius is the Arena meta. There's no doubt about it at this point. And this is why I'm saying congratulations, you have the #1 character. He dominates in Arena with his leadership, the buffs to the team, the dispels when paired with Nighteel. Honestly, you have the best Arena team now, or you have this beginnings of the best Arena team with Solius. So make sure you do get Nighteel going with this team. Nighteel and Solius, you basically use them as your building blocks for an Arena team, build around them, and you're going to have a super powerful team within Arena. Now, this also carries over to tournaments. If you have the chance to throw in Solius with a bunch of order members based on the requirements for the tournament, you're going to have a pretty powerful team there. Of course, everyone else is also going to run Solius, so it gets kind of annoying and boring, and it's just mirror matches everywhere. But that's the power of Solius, and that's what I'm talking about here with Solius, is that he's just so powerful, he's going to tear through those tournaments. So, PvP, meta, best character for PvP, best leader for PvP right now. He's utterly dominant there in Arena. Where else can you use him? Well, Tower, he's going to be fine in. There's no reason to not use him in Tower. You're probably going to get better returns in Tower with the Patriarch Chi lead, but Solius is a great backup to that Patriarch Chi lead because his healing abilities, that's always helpful within Tower where it's a matter of endurance. So, Tower, he's going to have great usefulness there as well. The one other place that you're more than likely going to be using your Solius is within the Arrokar's Madness Guild raid. And boy, does he perform so well within the raid. When it comes to the raid for Solius, let me tell you, you are going to have an absolute blast with him in the Arrokar's Madness raid. He is a fantastic plug-in character for Phase 3. I've had a video going into more in depth with that, but if you plug Solius into that Phase 3 team with Patriarch Chi, Freezard, Nighteel, you obviously get the Dispel synergies with Nighteel and the buffs and everything, but you also have the ability to constantly buff up Freezard, gives him more damage, allows him to really do a lot of turn meter reduction, so you're gonna get a lot of nice damage by throwing in Solius. It boosts the damage from Nighteel, also boosts the damage on Freezard. He works there as a plug-in for Phase 3, but if you are looking for a team with Solius as the lead, let me go ahead and point you towards Phase 4, where you're fighting the dragon itself. If you did not get to use Freezard, Nighteel in Phase 3, you're able to plug them right into the Solius team for Phase 4, and you throw in a couple other characters. My recommendations are Sharp and Shaolin, the panda and the elf, because they both have multi-hit attacks. Sharp is able to give your team crit chance and crit damage up. Shaolin can just tear through the steel scales on the dragon, and also the assist and the counterattack chances with Solius also allows you to quickly tear through those steel scale buffs on the dragon. And I've honestly done well over 1 million in phase 4 tier 7 with this kind of team. It's a very, very deadly team in Phase 4. So you do have some great usefulness there, and if you also want to go for something a little crazy with turn meter reduction or boosting your damage, you can also throw him as a lead into Phase 1, and then use a bunch of characters that reduce turn meter. Master Duo goes well with the Solius lead, because he gains that bonus potency, and he is your most reliable character for turn meter reduction within the raid. So Master Duo behind a Solius lead gives him that stacking potency, allows him to more reliably reduce turn meter on enemy characters. You can throw him in there, throw in Fow as well. She can reduce turn meter, and she also has the ability to reduce turn meter with her special when it lands critical hits. You can also throw Robin Bad and Little Baddie in as well, and you have a very reliable turn meter reduction team. It's going to be able to do some decent damage and also do a significant chunk of Phase 1 or even Phase 3. Probably not going to solo anymore with the potency and tenacity changes to the heroic version of the raid, but on lower tiers you can very easily solo an entire phase with this kind of team. Solius is a great character for the raid. He gives you solid damage in Phase 4, great plug-in for Phase 3, and then you can also use him to solo Phases 1 and 3 as well if you really want to get crazy and you have those kind of characters. So even outside of Arena, you are still going to get some great mileage with Solius. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know down below, what do you guys think of Solius? Are you going to be unlocking him? What do you guys think of him? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.